Hey yo, what's going on everyone? Devin Knupp here, and you're not gonna want to miss this one.
I'm about to hop on my first YouTube interview on someone else's channel. Devin, shout out to him.
So, we have a little bit of a special guest here, and you probably already know who it is in the title and the thumbnail. But the thing is this person, he has like the most mind-blowing story ever. He has so much value to provide for you all. And I just rewatched this interview, kind of editing it before I made this intro and everything. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the most valuable pieces on YouTube for real estate wholesaling. So if you're trying to get into real estate wholesaling, or maybe you've already had success and you're maybe closing 10 to 20 deals a month, there's so much value inside of here, and I don't want you to miss out on it. So what I really recommend is that you space out like a good 60 minutes of your time today and watch this video then. Take a lot of notes. There's gonna be a lot of value, so many golden nuggets. I don't want you to miss out on it. So without any further ado, let's jump into the interview.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? We got a special guest here. I'm super pumped up and super excited for this. We've planned this video for, I want to say, like 2 months now. He's been super busy, been traveling, going all over the world, actually. And he just spoke at Max Maxwell's event. And I'm super excited. This guy's had amazing amount of success with not just his wholesaling business, but on top of that, he has also helped out if not hundreds, if not thousands of people out there with his YouTube channel. And I want to bring on with you guys Wholesale to Millions, Khang.
What up, buddy? Hey, Devin, before we get into it, man, I want to give you a shout out, man. Thank you so much, for bringing me on, giving me the opportunities. And to be honest with you guys, this is my first YouTube interview on someone else's channel. I have people that ask me on an interview, dude, but I don't go on. But I appreciate that you jump onto my channel for the interview. Also, too, is all the success that you got, man, at your age, because I compare to when I was at your age and where you're at now and your mindset, dude. So that's why I have so much respect. So thank you so much, man, for having me on. I really appreciate it, dude.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. And I was super excited. And actually, I don't know if you know this, but I was actually on, well, you probably remember, but you interviewed me when I first got started. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And I remember thinking to myself, I want to have this guy on my channel one day. And I'm going to get as big as he was at that time. And I think you had maybe, like, you just hit like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. And so we're almost at 6,000 subscribers, and it actually it came true. So
Hey, Devin, I want to say, dude, congrats on all your success, bro. Congrats on all your success, dude. You have a bright future right in front of you, dude. And I think it was the other day, I had someone comment and say, Khang, I watched some of your old video, and I remember you celebrate when you have 44 subscribers. We all started from somewhere, man.
Yeah, that's about where I was too when we got started. So it's kind of crazy to see the growth. So anyways, we're going to be talking inside of here about a little bit of what it takes to get success for a lot of you that haven't started about wholesaling, just came across it, or you've been in the trenches working your butt off and haven't gotten results yet. So me and Khang, we're going to break down what it's going to take and kind of what virtual wholesaling is and how you can take action today and get results as soon as possible. So for those of the viewers out there, I don't think there will be too many that are following my channel, but who are you a little bit, Khang, and what have you done so far? If you have any like accomplishments you want to share.
Gotcha. Okay, so Devin, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So you want me to tell a little bit about my stories?
Yeah. Kind of like what got you started and what you've accomplished so far.
Cool, man. I mean, do you want me to start it from when I was back in Vietnam?
Yeah, actually, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Cool, man. So basically, I was born in Vietnam, raised in a mud hut. Both of my parents are farmer workers, so we work in the rice field for someone else. Came to America at the age of 9. So you guys gotta understand, like in my country, education wasn't free. Okay, education is not free. So my parent couldn't afford to put me to school, so I can speak my own language, but I cannot read or write. So, like I said, we're blessed, fortunate enough to came to America at the age of 9. From the age of 9 till I was like 15 or 17, every single summer when other kids, you know, after school, I hated school, first of all, hated school, but after school, every other kid gets to go out, hang out with their, you know, friends and play, you know, half their summer. Guess what I did, man? I went and picked blueberry, raspberry, strawberries, cucumber, beans, you name it, I picked it from the age of 9 since the time I came to America. Even when I was back in Vietnam, I was already in the rice field helping my parents out in any way I can. So like I already have that work ethic like inside of me from 9 to all the way into 15, 16. You know how parents send their kids to go berry picking, so that way they can get away from trouble.
Yeah.
Dude, for me, bro, it wasn't that, man, because they were out there playing, throwing berries at each other. Dude, my mom and dad was out there, like, keeping an eye on me, making sure that I'm working. And every single day, bro, I remember coming home from work dirty every single day, 6 in the morning to 6, 7 p.m. at night, from the age of 9 all the way to 15, 16. Drop out of high school, man, when I was 17. Told my mom that I wasn't planning to go to college, so I don't know why I need a high school diploma. Like, I hated school. I did not like school because the biggest thing for me is that when I was growing up, man, I was battling insecurity, physically and mentally. I'm more kind of like, you know, I don't want to hang out with anybody I don't know. If I'm in a room with 3 or 4 people I don't know, my palms get all sweaty, I get all nervous, and it's like it's really high tension for me. Like I just couldn't be around. So I remember skipping class when every single time when there's presentation, I would skip class. The first day of school, I would skip the first day of school because I hate going in there and having to introduce you know what I mean? So 17, I told my mom that I wasn't going to pursue anything after high school. So I don't see the reason why I need to go. So I decided I'm going to drop out. Obviously, as an aging parent, you guys know it, man. They want you to come over here to be something. You know, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, something with a degree so they can be proud of, brag to their friend, you know. So when I made that decision, my mom and dad was so upset with me, bro. Like they said that if you don't go back, like you don't come back in the house. So at about the age of 18, I met my wife. At the age of 18. My wife is also a high school dropout. Same time, 17, we both drop out. She was living with her mom in a mobile home, a single wide mobile home in a mobile home park. And I met her, fell in love, came home, packed my stuff, and told my mom I'm out. My mom said, if you leave this house and go with that girl, we're done. Like you don't come back. Like we disown you. Because I'm Catholic and my wife is Buddha. So in my culture, like I don't know how America is, but in my culture, for religions to be together like that, like it's a no-no. So I went against the whole drop out of school, against the whole religions. My mom has like so the Asian culture, like in my family, they're superstitious where 2 religions get together, like doesn't matter what you do, like you will never succeed, like because there's bad karma, whatever. So you know what? At the age of 18, met the wife, moved in with her in a Lotus shack behind a mobile home park. And about 2 months in, or a month or 2 months in, as I was driving her home, we both turned to each other at the same time. I don't know, same time, and we both said, you know what? We are going to sacrifice our teens or 20s, do whatever it takes, like grind, work, save, no vacation, no part, like no nothing, no kids. We're going to sacrifice so we can get to the point where we can be financially free, right? So that was the ultimate goal, was to make the sacrifices now and reap the reward later. Man, at that time, dude, I lost my job. Pretty much going through a really tough time financially. So that's why we moved in that little shack behind the mobile home park, lived there from the age of 18 all the way into 23. We bought our first home at the age of 23. And at the age of 20, we were fortunate enough to bought over a kiosk, a hair extension kiosk in the mall. I was also working at a job as at a company making $8.50. And I remember, bro, at the time, the wife, her dream was, her dream was to like become a millionaire. But we couldn't share that with our friends or family because so many of them would say, like my mom came over and saw the condition that I live in. And she was like, dude, she was like, Khang, I want you to go back home right now. Like, I want you to go back home right now. Like, you're living in a doghouse. Why do you do that? Go back home right now. Like, for her to see her kids living like that, like, I don't hold anything against my parent, but she came over, and when she said that, dude, my wife was sitting there on the bed, and tears was just coming down her eyes. And people always ask me, so Khang, what drives you? Dude, what drives me is I want to be the man that that I am a provider. If my wife said, I want that, I want to be able to tell her, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it for you morally, ethically. And for me to sit there and see her crying and I can't do anything, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like this is the kind of things that I provide for this woman, right? It's this little shack. Like, so at that time, man, we have so many friends and family say life is short. Why are you guys working all the time? Why do you guys don't go enjoy life? So we distanced our friend, we distanced our family because it was so negative, bro. And we were just so zoned in to our goals and our dreams. Nobody else understands what we're trying to accomplish. And we can't share with them because you guys got to listen. When you are a high school dropout living in a shack like that, when your friends and family talk behind your back and call you a loser and say you weren't going to make it, and you come there and try to battle with them and say, hey, you watch me, I'm going to be this, I'm going to do this. My wife, dude, our whole thing is don't tell them. Why don't we just show them? So we shut up, bro, and didn't say anything, distant our friend, distant our family because of all the toxins, and we're just zoning in, put our head down and grind. And so at the age of 23, man, we're fortunate enough so we bought over the hair extension kiosk. So now I was working two jobs. I was working on Blaine, and also too is I got to go into the mall to help the wife, or with a little small business there in the mall. And dude, the first biggest thing that I overcome in is myself, because I remember so I got to overcome my insecurity. So the money that we have saved up from 18 all the way to we're 20, we save up some money, and dude, so okay, from the age of 18 all the way we're 20 or something like that, you guys were living on $50 a month. So after all expenses is paid, $50 a month. All right, and you guys, it's all about choices, and that is the choice that we're willing to make and sacrifice. I remember going to a restaurant having a bowl of pho. A bowl of pho is like $8. And I was I ordered a side spring roll, and my wife told the waitress, no, he's not gonna have that. I said, Lon, I was like, come on, Lon, I just want some spring roll, man. She said, Khang, listen, don't have the spring roll now, but I promise you, you can have all the spring roll you want later. I was like, oh my God, what kind of life is this, man? Couldn't even have a spring roll? Shit. So I said, fine. So dude, from that, man, to we're 20, the first thing, dude, it was hard. The hardest thing that I have to overcome was myself. So my wife said, Khang, we have to take all of our money and we have dumped into this business. Don't have money for employee. You need to come in and help me. I can't do this all myself because the mall opened up at 10 and it closed at 9. She said, Khang, I need your help. I said, Lon, you know me. You know my insecurity. You know I don't go to the mall. And you make me go sell hair extension? Are you kidding me, man? So she cried and then she begged me, dude. And then I sucked it up. I went in there and gave it for a shot, and it was the scariest thing ever in my life, bro. You just gotta understand, I never go to the mall. Never go to the mall. First time, dude. So I went in there, opened up the kiosk, and products don't sell itself. You got to sell the products. To be successful, dude, you gotta have some kind of a sell skill, bro. Products don't sell itself. It sits on, it doesn't sell, man. So what you do is you gotta ask random girls, women, go by, ladies, go by to try it on. So, and our kiosk was right in the middle of the mall, man. And you guys, I'm sorry if this is a long story. Hey, Devin, if it's too long, man, just let me know and I'll cut it off.
No, keep going, man. Like I love this. Obviously, I can cut it up and everything, but like there's a lot of value to this, and I want you to keep telling your story. But it was just like you're painting this picture of you were just completely, everybody had no expectations for you. Like your family had expectations for you, and you decided that wasn't the path that you wanted to head down. And you decided, you know what, I'm going to do this thing for myself. And you're just like at an all-time low. And I think like, and I can totally relate as well. Like when you were talking about how like you would go to new schools and everything and you just felt super insecure. In my life as well, and I've noticed this with like a few successful people as well, is like I moved around, I want to say 18 times in the first 18 years of my life. And I totally agree. I would go to a new school. Like I didn't change schools too much, but I went from like California, and then I moved to a small town in Colorado, and everybody's kind of gives me a cold shoulder and everything. It's just like everybody's just all like bringing everybody down. Nobody can become successful in this small town and everything. You talk about having big aspirations. Everybody's just like, okay, good luck, kind of rolls your eyes, and then they'll like maybe even bully you or something like that. And I totally understand that, where you're coming from and everything. And I've seen that personally as well. But now you're moving on towards like something that I think is like close to my heart as well. And you can still keep telling the story, but building sales skills. That's something I did as well. And I know a lot of other people did. I was doing door to door for a while. This was right before I came across wholesaling. And the amount of stuff that you learn doing sales is insane compared to like honestly any other skill that you can learn out there. You learn what it takes to become successful. So how did this work out for you at the kiosk and everything?
Yeah, man. So dude, so I had to stand right in the middle up the mall and ask some ladies, and I saw a couple girls walk by, and I just sucked it up and I said, Khang, you just ask. I said, ladies, could you have a seat? Do you want to try some hair on? And they turned around and said, no. Dude, oh my God. Yeah, you guys don't understand. Like that rejection, my heart just dropped, bro. I picked up the keys, went out to my car, drove home. Tears were coming down my eyes. And a lot of things going through my head, dude. Like, am I with the right chick, right? And I'm with the right girl. Like, why would she make me do something I don't want to do? Like, she should know me better. Like, she know me. Like, well, why would, like, I was like, I would never make her do this. So I come home, man, I cry. I told her what happened, and she cried, and she said, Khang, for our life to change, you must change. You cannot be who you are and for us to get to where we want to be. She said, dude, you got to man up, man. So, man, we talk, we cry, and then obviously I suck it up. I went in there, dude, after 6 months, bro, my insecurity was starting to shade, you know, it's like it's coming off. I was getting rejection after rejection. I was getting no. Dude, I becomes like, my wife is tough. And then I become like the next salesperson in there, right? I was selling hair extensions and everything, putting on hair clips. This guy, I remember though, my dad came in and questioned my sexuality. And at the time, we didn't tell anybody that we owned the kiosk. We just told them we were employed. My dad came in and said, Khang, why are you working here? Like, are you a man? And do you guys know how it is to like swallow that, suck it up and just swallow it and don't come back and say nothing? I said, because I want to make a living. What's wrong with selling hair extension, making a living? My dad just like, so anyways, we part way and everything like that, man. From the age of 23, we bought our first house and it was the most incredible things. That's when everybody was like, where the heck did we come from? It's like Max blew up on YouTube, bro. Seriously. It's like out of nowhere, because we didn't tell anybody. We were the underdog. I love it, man. When someone, oh, dude. So all of a sudden at 23, we saved up some money, went and bought a house, know nothing about real estate. And you guys gotta understand, when we were 18, my wife said, Khang, the day that I move out of this shed, it's not into an apartment because I don't want to put that rent money. I don't want to waste that rent money. The day that I move away from this shed, it's going to a house. She said, I want a brand new house. No, she painted these pictures of what I call a dream or a fantasy. Dude, for a high school dropout, making $8.50. So I don't know how real estate is. I just know it's expensive. But dude, it's like things like if you're willing to put in the work and if that's, dude, if you hold your dreams, like you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden things manifest and it put the place and the people into your life to get you where you want to be. But it's not about sitting there and fantasizing. It's putting in the work. So from 23, man, to 27, I bought a house. Say what, dude? Our whole mentality is, you guys gotta understand, like my wife and I do not surround ourselves with entrepreneurs. We don't have uncles. We don't have cousins. We don't have friends or family that own business or entrepreneur that have this mindset that can show you the ropes or at least give you ideas. No ideas. So I spent 8 years of my life working for somebody else until I make $30,000 a year. From the age of 18 all the way to 27, bro, working for a company. Making, I finally get to the point at about 6 years in, I was making $30,000 a year. And we still have our little small business. We own the business, but it's like we own a job, not really business. Dude, my wife and I were the first one to open up the cart, the last one to leave, right? So for us, we own a job, so we weren't like too proud of it. So like 27, man, at that time, honestly, man, at that time, all we were was work, save, work, save, work, save. While other people were out partying, having fun. By the age of 27, we got our house paid off. We got a car. We're kind of like debt free. Got some money saved in the bank. Dude, I thought that life was it, dude. Yeah, this is it. Since the time of 18, this dream, this fantasy of being free, debt free. And so we took a trip back to Vietnam. We went there to Vietnam for a month, and then we came back home. And then the wife we came back home, bro. The wife went depressed for 2 weeks. And I asked her, Lon, why are you depressed and why are you so sad? Lon, we work, this is our dream since the age of 18. She's like, I don't know what it is, Khang, but I'm just extremely sad. So anyways, 2 weeks, bro, she kind of stayed in the house, stayed in her room. And then one day she went into the mall to close out the till. And then one of the security guys told her, and somehow they start talking, and this came up. It's called it's the book or the movie called The Secret. And the security guy told her, came home, she watched the movie on YouTube. She watched it. I came home from the mall one night, bro. And dude, I saw her. She was happy. She was jumping up and down. She said, Khang, oh my gosh, I finally know why I am so sad. I said, why? She said, Khang, I want to become a millionaire, but I can't. My mind tells me I can't But Khang, I know now that I can achieve anything I want. Like anything is possible. So, it's like you want something so bad, but your mind blocked you and say you cannot ever have it. Like she said, we have so much potential, but it's like you can't, you know what I mean? Dude, and then she just blew up. She got all excited again. And then she started looking into some things. And then I remember one day driving her home from the mall. And then we pull up, we drove across Barnes and Nobles. And she said, Khang, I want you to pull in Barnes and Nobles. I said, what? She said, yeah, dude. She's like, I want you to pull into Barnes and Noble. I said, Lon, do you know who goes there? She said, who? I said, smart people. I said, Lon, people that read books go to Barnes and Noble. I said, listen, Lon, we're both high school dropout. We never finished our books in our life. Why do, you know what I mean? Like, what give you ideas that go into Barnes and Noble? She said, Khang, shut up. Just take me to Barnes and Noble. I don't know what it is, but my intuition tells me to go in there. So anyway, we pulled in Barnes and Nobles, and she was going down these aisles. Finally came across the real estate books. It's How Come That Idiot is Rich and I'm Not. And she went home, took that book home, read it, was just fuel. Now she's fuel, and she got all excited. It teaches you about lease options, own a car, like you name it, wholesaling, fix and flip, rental property, passive income, being a landlord, retire young, all this money coming in. Like she got so excited, bro. And then I came home one day and she said, Khang, I got it. I know exactly what we're gonna do to become a millionaire. I say, oh shit, what is it? She said, we're gonna fix and flip. I said, oh my God. I said, Lon, you gotta be kidding me. I said, Lon, I couldn't even put a door handle together. I said, Lon, we know nothing about houses. She said, Khang, well, you know what? I'm going to book a ticket. We're going to go to this 3-day seminar. And dude, like throughout my life, bro, from the age of 18, even till now, I want to be I want to do, I want to make my wife's dreams come true. Whatever she wants, I want to be the one in the back that said, let's do it. Let's do it. And then I also want to put this out there for those of you. You know how like Gary Vee or when they're a kid, they already have this entrepreneur spirit in their mind. You either go and like my mentor, he said he used to go to mow people's lawn and then he would hire out other kids, kids selling baseball cards. Listen, I was a normal average guy, no entrepreneur mindset. I didn't have big dreams, big goals, I didn't have the big dreams and the big goals, bro. My wife is the one who have the big dreams and big goals. So I want to let you guys know that this is what hard work can do for you. So I'm not anything special. I didn't have that entrepreneur spirit. All right, you guys? So for those of you who you listen to all these people, those to me, man, those are special people. To me, dude, I'm just a normal average guy that's just willing to put in the work to get to where I want to be. So yeah, man. So she spent $7,000 to do a 3-day seminar. Went to the seminar, get all pumped up, get all excited. After 6 months in, no results. So the seminars was telling me how call everything on Craigslist. It was kind of like an outdated. So seminar it pumps you up and it gives it motivates you, pumps you up, but it doesn't give you real things like up to date things to do. So, dude, I pound the phone and I call Craigslist, bro. I was sitting in the mall. I was at my break time. I was just pounding the phone, calling Craigslist. And then I ran out of everybody in my area to call. I decided, you know what the heck? I'm going to call all of 50 states. So after, so I went Craigslist, called every single state, bro. So after 6 months in, bro, after 6 months in, no results. Time and money invested. But, dude, the wife and I, bro, since we got, when we decided to get into real estate, it was not a try. It was not, let me test out the water. Dude, it was commitment, bro. We knew, to us, it only needs one person to say, I made it. That's all. I don't need 99% of people saying, oh, I bought this tag. Like so many people say, hey, Khang, give me your ratio of how many people bought your package or whatever it is that made it. Why? Why would you base your results success on someone else's. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You only need to know one person that have made it. That's all you need, bro. Because what if the other person that bought it or like go to the seminars, they'll go to the events, but they don't give it everything they got, and you based off of that, and you said, "Oh, this thing is not good." Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I see that personally as well, and I bet you've noticed this, especially once you start putting yourself out there. You have all these people sending you messages, sending you emails, trying to join your different programs and everything. And a lot of people, surprising to me, seeing where you came from and where I've came from, we both know it takes a lot of work, or like you gotta kind of give it everything that you've got if you want to have results or whatever in your mind is success.
Yep.
And there's too many people out there that are just like dipping their toes in the water, and as soon as they dip it in, they're like, "Ooh, I don't know." And then they're typing in, they come across real estate wholesaling, and then probably the next thing they search after that is wholesaling a scam, or they're kind of self-doubting themselves. So let me ask you this, Khang. Was there any point after, like, it sounds like this happened multiple times, but was there any time that, like, after, like, you've kind of had a little bit of success with the kiosk and everything, and you started to get into real estate, were you doubting yourself?
Like, am I going to make it? Or is this for me? Can I really do this? Listen, you guys, I'm human, man. I'm human. I don't know about you guys. I'm human. I'm not God. Yes, there are days where I wake up and I'd be like, man, is it worth it for all the sacrifices? Like, I don't see any result. Like, am I doing this right? Am I on the right track? What am I missing? Like, maybe I should just let this go and just be happy and satisfied with and be comfortable with the life that I got. Like, why am I thriving for more? But dude, the goal, the dreams is already implanted inside of me. Once, you know what I mean? Like, inside of me. Once you tried it and then you saw something, you'll be like, dude, that's why. Because this is the life that you want, not this life. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the life that you want. Khang, you want this lifestyle. You want to be able to travel. You want to be able to eat whatever you want. You want the nice car, the big house. And you can't have that by having this life. You want the life of freedom. So let's go. So yeah, man, I mean, dude, 6 months in, every single day, my wife and I would walk around the neighborhood. And this is real talk, man. It's not to bluff you guys up. Walk around the neighborhood and said, man, God, please show me the lights. Give me the way. Show me. You know, let me do that first deal. Just please, like, just let me do that first deal. And man, when that deal comes, I'm going to blow up. Because when you guys got to understand, it's the first deal, because what you're trying to figure out is the process. That's what you want to know. You want to know the process. Once you know how it's done, dude, you will duplicate and do it over and over and over again, and you can make that money over and over again. So 6 months in, man, and this is where, you know, like Gary Vee said, man, this is where self-awareness comes in. At a very young age, bro, 12, 13, 14, I already know that I have the work ethic. I am a guy that can work, but I'm not the guy that go to school and get a degree and sit in the office and taking all this tests. Like, that's not me. You know what I mean? So when we got to real estate, bro, like our mindset, we knew throughout our life wasn't gonna be easy. If it was easy, everybody would have made it. We know that it wasn't easy, but yes, there are days where I wake up and say, is it worth it to keep sacrificing? Because you guys got to understand, man, I put in long hours, money, invested, not taking the vacation, and taking that money and make the investment into learning something new so you can improve and better your life. And 6 months in, you wake up, the hardest thing, let me tell you guys what's the hardest thing. The hardest thing to continue to keep going is when you don't see any progress. You wake up, you get out of bed, you be like, God, my life is still the same. Damn, that bill still come home. You know what I mean? 6 months in, bro. And finally, I knew it. Like, I watch all the videos. I take massive action. I knew I just need a mentor. Like I knew, like people said, Khang, like, do I need a mentor? Well, you ask yourself. You got to know yourself. There are people that have made it just by watching video. There are people that made it just by reading books. But for me, I knew I needed a mentor. So we went to Florida. That's when we met our mentor in Florida. Pay him the money. Dude, you got to pay. There's no freebie, man. Pay him the money. Got him out. And pretty much, man, it go from there. I first got into, so I flew him out. And then when I got into real estate, it wasn't wholesaling. It was fix and flip. And let me tell you guys why, and Devin, let me tell you why I didn't get into wholesaling, which I wish if I was to be able to rewind the whole thing, man, I would have go wholesaling, not fix and flip. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Man, when I got into the whole fix and flip game, my first deal, it was good. We made $50,000 after everything said and done, after all the realtor fees, everything is paid off, right? But I was working so much, man, waking up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, meeting contract at Home Depot. I got to the point where we were doing 3 to 4 projects. I was tapping out, no more money. And it got me to rethink why we got into real estate. We got into real estate because of the money, but most importantly, dude, it's the freedom of time and freedom of, to do whatever we want whenever. Not to get into real estate and work even more hours and making all this money, but if you don't have the time to enjoy it, then what is the point? So, and the reason why I pushed away wholesaling when I first got in, because I was like, well, we got some money saved up. Why would I want to start at ground zero? Why would I want to make 5 to 10,000 when I can make 30, 50,000 when I fix and flip a property? But I didn't know that you can scale wholesaling to what we are doing now. So right now we're doing $250 a month virtual wholesaling. Like I didn't know that you can scale the business up to be that big. And it's not just that, but there are guys that we are now in the mastermind that are doing $500,000 a month or more in wholesaling. So yeah, man. So we went and fixed and flipped. I did my first wholesale deal, made $28,000, and we closed in 7 days. Made my first wholesale deal for $28,000 and never turn around. My wife and I stopped the whole fix and flicks completely, and then we just took all the money, jumped into marketing, and just wholesale from then on, man.
Yeah, that was a big mistake that I made. I did a little bit flip than you. I started with wholesaling because I literally had no money. I was like going to school and everything.
Yeah.
And after I did like 2 deals, I decided, as I was building up the momentum, and I decided, you know what? I can make more money doing fix and flip. I had a business partner. He was been in real estate for like 18 years. He had all the capital. So we'd 50-50 on these deals. I decided to do fix and flip. And I all of a sudden, like, I had all of these different expenses. And these deals, they ended up taking, like, one of them, we signed up in December of 2017, and it still hasn't closed yet. Like, I have like half of them took like 6 months to do. And I built up, like, I started getting this momentum, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do fix and flip because I'm going to make more money. Killed the momentum. Just killed it, because then I was just like, oh, now I got to wait for this deal. And then as I was trying to get more deals, I had to wait for my partners to get more funding or more money. So then we kind of kept pushing these deals out that were in the pipeline a little bit more. And it just totally dead stopped my wholesaling business. And if I could go back in time, that's one thing I would definitely change. But so that's interesting. So what feeling did you have that made you decide that you needed a mentor? Because you were very confident in yourself that I need a mentor. It's been 6 months. I need a mentor. What made you kind of like flip that switch and decide that, hey, I actually really do need this in my life?
Got it. So Devin, before I answer that question, man, I want to point out one thing, because I know some of you guys are going to point this out. Well, Khang, when you got into real estate, you got some money. Shit. Let me tell you guys this, man. My wife and I, at the age of 18, was always working and saving, live below our means. All right? So we can save up the money, so when there's an opportunity, boom, we can pull the trigger. But some of you guys tell yourself that, well, he started when he has the money and I don't. You know why? You tell that story to make yourself feel better. Because guess what you did with all the money when you were working? You were out playing, partying, spending on the things that makes you get instant, that makes you feel good right now. Dude. So, hey, bro, I just want to get that out of the way, man. So for me, dude, like I just knew that I was an action taker, right? I just knew, but I needed somebody tells me A, B, like it was just like the process seems simple, but when you first start out, it's not simple. They like everybody tells you it's simple, right? But dude, it's not simple. Like when you first start out, it sounds simple to them because they already know the process, but for you, it's not. So I tried and I going and going and going. And I just knew that I want somebody to say, hey, Khang, here's what you need to do. After you do it, report back to me. If you have any question in between, pick up the phone, call me, and I will guide you through it because I've already been there. And I want to find myself a mentor that is doing the business, not just teaching the business. Because you guys got to understand, when they have never done the business, they will only teach you, and only is what's in the book. They cannot teach you the experience that the people that have done it went through. Does that make sense, you guys? So for me, bro, like, and another key is that I just don't want to see 6 months or a year later to be in the same spot. I don't want 6 months or a year later to try to figure this process out. I'm willing to pay the money and not the time. So to me in life, to get what you want, I don't care what it is. You either pay with time or you pay with money. The choice is yours. You don't have the money and you don't want to pay the time. Well, dude, come up with the money. So for me, dude, like I just knew it. I don't want another year to go by and I look back and said I wasted that whole entire year trying to figure this out. I want to pay the price. So I said I'm going to hire myself a mentor so I can get this thing going. I just don't want to waste any more time. That's my whole thing is I just don't want to waste any more time. And I need somebody when I need to call to figure things out that I can pick up the phone and call them. And yeah, man. So that's what pulled the trigger of me getting a mentor. I just knew that I needed one.
Yeah. Wow, dude. I must say, you've got a very inspirational story. Like it's got me pumped up right now, just listening to all this, and I love it. So I hate to backtrack, but this is a question kind of looming in my head. So after all of this, where do you what's your family think of everything that's going on now?
All right, you guys. In my country, and this is real talk, in my culture, money talks, bullshit walks. When you are not successful and you don't have you're not making the kind of money in their eyes where you are now successful, whatever you say doesn't mean jack, nothing. So bro, like now when I come home, so we don't share with we tell them we're in real estate, but what we don't explain to them what wholesaling is or anything like that. They know that we fix and flip houses, and they now know that we're making good money, but they do not know that we're making $250 a month. We don't tell them that. I don't really want to bring up any jealousy. Dude, you think your friends and family really happy for you when you're making like 100 times more than they are and become way more successful? Heck no, man. Real life, envy, jealousy is gonna start. So when I go home now, bro, like it's completely different. Like my mom used to tell me, friends and family that don't think, Khang, I always believed in you, Khang. I always believed in you. I knew you're gonna make it. I knew it. She's like, I knew you're gonna make it. So she started telling me the story when I was a baby. Khang, when you were a kid, you were born in this red bag. It was so like, woo, like I knew there's something special. I said, come on, man. Shit, you know? But yeah, man, now I come, it's completely different. Like my sister used to tell my nephew, do not ever be like your Uncle Khang. Like this is the nephew dude that I was so close with. And she said, do not ever be like your Uncle Khang. When you drop out of high school, that's what's gonna happen to you. You live in a little shack behind a mobile home park, working, making $8.50. Don't be like that. Now I come home, go ask your Uncle Khang, follow him around, and ask him what he's doing and do exactly what he tells you to do. So it's different now, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful with some of that stuff. Like at least luckily with me and my family, it's not to that full extent, but I know it's just like you get people that were like used to be friends or whatever. You never hear from them for like 4 years. And then, yeah, like I don't even like to share numbers too much anymore. It's just a matter of people, as long as like, if people know that I'm doing good, that's all I want them to really know. And it's just like, hey, well, can you teach me everything now? Even though they're kind of like mean to me or something before like that. It's crazy how much like money changes things in like a family and a friend perspective. So I definitely really try to keep that stuff separate. It's just a business and family and friends, just two completely different sides of the spectrum.
Agree. I agree, man.
But yeah, like honestly, I want everybody watching this video right now, if you made it to this point, if you didn't make it to this point, it goes to show like a lot of people, we can see the retention rate. Those are the people that aren't willing to do whatever it takes to be successful. If they're not willing to spend a good 30, 60 minutes of their time developing themselves, then they're probably, I want to give them like a 99% chance they're not going to have success. So I really want to emphasize on that for a lot of you watching this video to this point right now. But the thing is, dang it, I totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, Devin, when you talk about money and family separate, like that's why my Facebook, you guys, my wife and I barely post anything on our personal Facebook because we got friends and family that goes on there. So my only social media is YouTube and Instagram, and none of my families and friends knows about it. And I go on Instagram, I block all of them, making sure that they can't find me. I block all of them. So I can go on there and be myself and express me of who I am. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So just to let you guys know, on my personal Facebook, nothing. You guys won't find me posting checks. You guys won't find me, saying all this motivating things. So it's just YouTube and Instagram, man.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And okay, here's what I wanted to ask you. Like, so this whole time, like, what do you think is more important? And I think I already know what you're going to say, but do you think learning the process of how to do wholesaling is more important, or the mentality and developing the skills of just how, like you're talking about like sales skills and being able to be confident in yourself like that? What part do you think is more important?
Like Devin, are you talking like mindset or like, so what are you talking about?
Yeah, like do you think like learning all the specific details, all the nitty gritty, or just having this like no matter what mindset is more important for those that are trying to get started in the business?
Gotcha, man. Well, the thing is, like we both know that doesn't matter what business you get in. Like, I don't care what business. There's people that made it. There's people that said, oh, it doesn't work. Well, you tell me why. I mean, the only difference is the mindset. I mean, that's the only difference, right? Because it's not about what you do. It's like how you, like you know what I mean? Like, there's people that made it in Amazon, drop shipping or whatever, and there's people that didn't make it. There's people that goes in, like I went to a seminars and there was 100 of them there. I still keep in contact with them. Only a few of them actually do something. Because you guys gotta understand, it is the mindset, the mentality of it. So if you go in with a correct, like if you get into any business with the right mindset, to me, you have a better chance of making it. You know what I mean? So so Devin, I don't know if I answer your question correctly or not, because so just let me know if I didn't, man.
Yeah, no, that's exactly, like that's the answer I was looking for. I just had a little bit of a tough time wording it.
Sure.
But like that's something I also like to emphasize on, is just you don't, like the skills, it doesn't really matter what business you're doing, to be honest. If you're selling stuff on Amazon, if you're wholesaling real estate, if you're you like your personal story of like doing things with the kiosk or whatever like business model you're trying to do, it really doesn't matter. Business is business at the end of the day. And most people are trying to learn how to do specific tasks. and
Yep.
how to like how it all operates.
I gotcha.
But if you were to take you or me or anybody successful, we're talking like, let's say Max Maxwell, Gary Vee, if we just completely lost it all and we're at the same position as a lot of other people that are watching,
Got it.
we would have a lot less of a time, even if we were starting a completely new business model, having success than the average person, because we're so keen on more like the mindset, the just kind of like the background, the skills.
Got
And
it.
once you have these skills,
Agreed.
it's pretty hard to, like, if you hit a low in your life, you go into millions of dollars in debt, we all will figure a way out.
I agree, Devin. And the thing is, Devin, I want to add another to that is I don't know for people out there that said, follow your passion. Listen, me, like some of these people said, follow your passion, and they follow their passion and they're able to make the money off it. But listen, to me, it wasn't follow my passion, bro. It was follow the money. I followed the money, made the money, which allowed me to now do what I love to do, and which allowed me to do my passion. And my passion is, going on and doing the YouTube, doing the Instagram. But I could not do that before. So many of you wants to avoid the process and wants to and say, Khang, I don't like to do this. I don't like to do that. I don't like to do this. But I want to be successful in this business. And it's like my passion. Like, I don't want to cold call. I don't want to write letters. Dude, do you think when I first started real estate that I like to sit there from 9 p.m. until midnight to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning for a year and a half and sit there and write letters? You think I like that? Oh, Khang must have liked that. Shit, man. Who likes that? I don't like that, right? But I know that to do what I love later, I must pay the price and do what I don't like. To me, dude, throughout my life, like I said, I'm talking about from my own personal life. I don't know about any other people. My own personal life, bro. I always do the things I don't like to do because so one day I can do the things I love and enjoy to do. And that's now being able to have the money to leverage, to hire on other people to do the task I don't want to do, as like cold calling, getting yelled at, getting cussed at, right? Where I used to have to do that. Now I have the money to leverage, so I don't have to do that. So now I can be able to, go on and have an interview with Devin, do my YouTube channel, do my Instagram. Like, I love doing that. But for me to be able to do that, I need the money to buy me the time to do that while I still generating money. So many of you guys said, I want to be successful, but I can't do this. I can't do that. Like, man, your mindset is already corrupted and you want to be successful. To me, dude, like we all know it, man. 20% is mindset. 80% is mindset. 20% is what you do, man. So if you don't have the mindset right, forget it, man. This game is not for you.
What that was awesome. Like, your story, like I've heard it a couple times, but to hear it just like the full thing, I see why you are where you are today, Khang.
Oh,
like
thanks,
it's just like staring me right in the face why you've gotten to where you are, and you're just so aspirational. It's just like anybody in that position, I feel like it's like just so much heartache and all these different things, man. I don't know how you've gone through all that.
Oh, man. And the thing is, I also want to put this out to everybody. Like I said, I'm a normal average guy, man. I'm a normal average guy. The day that I put in my 2 weeks notice, bro, I got so scared that I went into the manager and asked for the notice back. I was like, Ruben, I don't think I'm ready. I said, Ruben, I don't think I'm ready. You think I can get that 2 weeks back? I think I would like to stay. You guys, obviously leaving my job was the best thing, but you guys gotta, like, the fear comes up. And the reason why I'm sharing it with you, because I want to share with you, I wasn't like, pull the trigger or anything like that. All my coworkers doubted. Say, Khang, you make the worst decision of your life. This job here is security. What you're trying to do is a chance that you are taking. We're gonna welcome you back when you decided when you like that. They all say that. We're gonna welcome you back when you don't make it. And you guys, I do not tell them, like my whole life, man, it was like, don't tell them. Doesn't matter what you say. Everybody can sit down at a table. I don't know any of you that have friends or cousin or uncles that sit down at a dinner table and they all talk really big. I can do that. I can do that. Like they know it all. I can make it. But dude, that's why I don't want to be one of those. I don't want to be one of those. So instead of telling them, my whole thing, my wife and I do, is all about showing them. And that's how you shut them up, is you show them. You don't tell them, because everyone can talk, but can you do it? That's how you do it, man.
Okay, Khang. So, I'll have 3 questions for you just so
Sure.
you know how much time you got. So, what is virtual wholesaling?
Gotcha. So this is my opinion, all right? This is my opinion, what I think virtual wholesaling is. So, because when I meet people at the We Life 19, or I get comments, or I get asked on Instagram, people are thinking you have to go into a completely different state. In my personal opinion, you don't. You can stay within your states or within your area, even if that property's 15 minutes, 30 minutes away from you. Virtual to me means that you never physically be at the property, you never meet the seller, you never see the property, you never met up with the buyers. You're able to close this transaction from A to Z all the way to the end without ever physically being there. So don't have to think where you have to be in a completely different state to call it virtual wholesaling. And that's just my opinion. I might be wrong. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Virtual mean to me, it's just not physically being there, whether it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or it's in a completely different state.
Yeah, for sure. And so let me ask you this. This may be asking a lot, but we're going to be dropping some gold nuggets inside this video. How do you find a good market to do deals in virtually?
Gotcha. So for me is that we figure that so the market that you want to go into is, and if I were you guys are starting out, I would look at your own market. So look at your own market, figure between, I would like to stay ARV after repair value 100 to 2 to 3, maybe $400,000 within that price range. Don't go to the $500,000 to the $1 million mark. All right, don't go $500,000 to $1 million, because we all know it. There's more people having a couple $100,000 sitting in their bank account instead of $500,000 to $1 million mark. Most people like to go with $1 million, thinking their assignment fee will be larger. Oh, I locked the property, I'm going to contract for $1.4 million. Like, it's cool, dude. I try to stick with the bread and butter, the one that's easy to turn. So I would really just look at your market, because at least you know your market, right? So I would look at your market first. And if you can't find anything, and if you say, oh, it's too competitive, now maybe looking in maybe another state, a state that is closer to you. But if you really want to know how we pick a market now, it's because I'm able to get to a spot where, we go to these mastermind, right? We go to these mastermind, and there are guys in there that are buying hundreds or 200,000 property, or 100 to 200 property a year. So we decided to be like, they fix and flip. They don't wholesale, they fix and flip. So we go into their market and then, do our marketing, find the deals, and then send over to them. But if I were just starting out, man, there are different ways to, there are virtual ways to find your cash buyer. But I would start your market first and then see if it fits in the criteria, and then move if you needed to.
Right. Okay. Some good advice right there. So what's something that you wish you knew? Like, if you could go back in time and tell Khang when he was just getting into real estate, or whatever time period you decide to go back to, what is one thing that you would tell yourself?
Gotcha.
Knowing that you know now.
Straight up, don't fix and flip, wholesale. Don't you dare fix and flip, Khang. Go straight into wholesaling. And let me tell you guys why. You guys gotta understand, when you fix and flip, man, your number better be right. Like, you got time frame that you need to meet. I don't care if you raise private money. I don't care if you do hard money. Whatever it is, you got to make sure your own money. If it's your own, like, you guys got to understand, if you are fixing and flipping, and if your number's off, man, it will take you down. Okay. And when you get into the whole fix and flip game, there's much more things that you need to learn. The construction side, working with subcontractor, general contractor, right? You need to figure out what needed to be done to the property so you don't put too much money into it, so that way you can get the max that you can for the property. Like there are more things that you need to learn and more risk, to me anyway, way more risk. I start out fix and flip. I flip properties where we think we make 50,000. I end up walking away making 5,000. So I'm fortunate enough not to lose on any of my deals, but I'm telling you, the time frame, the headaches, the stress that I have to put into it, it's just not worth it. And you guys got to think, when you are fixing and flipping 3 to 5, like if you try to, okay, if you want to do 1 or 2 or 3 years, not a problem, no problem. But if you really try to scale up the business to a fix and flip to like 6-figure a month, now let me tell you, there are people, don't get me wrong, there are people out there that have got the system together and got it done right. But let me tell you one thing, even till today, my mentor and all of the friends that we meet that fix and flip stresses out so much, don't have the lifestyle that they want, they work all the time, they got so much capital tied up that they're stressing out. If the market tank, boom, they're going down if they don't have enough reserve to take care of it. So my whole thing for those that's starting out and looking to fix and flip because it looks all sexy, because you want an HGTV, HDDB, whatever that is, dude, just focus on wholesaling. You're thinking wholesaling is baby money? Dude, it's not. You can really scale it up with having, the earnest money. That's all you need is the earnest money. And you guys have heard it. People tied up the contract for $1, for $10. You can tie 10 property, 20 property up on the contract. Imagine you try to flip 10 to 20 property at a time. Look at how much capital you tied up. So for me, man, if I were to tell my younger self, Khang, don't get into fix and flip because it held me back so long. Just wholesale, scale your business, and you have the best life, man. Wholesaler, have the best life, period.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, Khang. I know you got a busy, full schedule. You got a lot of deals you're closing on and everything. What is one piece of advice that you want to leave our viewers with?
Gotcha, man. So the thing is, first, you have to believe that this business is possible. Like when you see people are posting checks and things like that, you got to believe that it is possible. You know why? Because if you don't believe that this business is possible and you don't believe it's legal, then you're just gonna push it away. You're not gonna try to dive in and dissect how you can do what they're saying. Number 2 is you have to believe that you can do it. I don't care what situation or circumstances you're in right now. You can be like, Khang, I'm in debt. I'm behind. I don't care. But you have to believe that you can do this business. All right? And number 3 is you just got to take action. Figure out what's the first step that you need to do. Don't analyze and paralyze yourself. Don't procrastinate. Figure out what's the first step that you need to do. Zone out the rest and go take action on it. We all know that you can't get results if you don't take the action. So go take the action. Figure out the first step and go do it. Yeah, man.
I got one more question for you. Actually, I think this is from like where you are today. So you're making money. You got a nice car. You got a house. You got a beautiful wife. You got everything going for you, Khang. What's keeping you motivated now at this point?
Oh, dude, so the thing is, you guys, as an entrepreneur, if you have that entrepreneur within you, and once you start getting some success, dude, that will flow through you, and it just makes you drive for more. So for us right now, listen, when you first started out, the journey, it ain't fun. Because, I don't know about other people, my journey ain't fun. When you first start out, when you go to events and go to seminar, the We Life 19, I see people there. When I used to go to event and seminars, the only thing that I was thinking, oh my God, the bills I gotta pay. Oh my God, we're going out to eat again. My hotel, you thinking all of that. But when you get to the point where you wake up and you're not worrying about making the money to cover the bills, you just worry about how can I make more and how can I add another zero to the bottom, to my bank account. It will become much more fun, right? And what drive me, bro, and still drive me is like I said, the wife, she's starting to increase now. You know what I mean? Our ultimate goal is to get to $1 million a month. right? So our ultimate goal is to get to 1 million a month. So that's like our ultimate goal, and that's what drives me to keep going every single day. But I don't wake up and like you know what I mean? Like I don't wake up and feel like, oh, I'm going through this process, because I wake up every day just figuring out, okay, how can I make more? And you know, it's like you're more happy because you're not worrying about covering up the bills. You just now worry about making more money. So, and what drives me, because we got that goal, and I want, like, there are things where the wife still say, I want that. And I say, I can't get that for you. You know what I mean? Like she said, I want that. I want to go and drop, well, there's this ring that she wants in California, which, you know, she wants to go drop like 80 G's. And I was like, shit, you know what I mean? So the thing is, I'll share with you guys how my wife and I operates when we look at finance. We always spend between 10 to 15% of what we bring home, of what we make. But majority of people can't do that. But you got to start from somewhere, man, right? So, I mean, so to me, dude, that's what still drives me. And, you know, even though that we got all this going, but she still wants stuff where I say, dang, I feel like, oh, that's a lot. I want to get to the point where that's pocket change. I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. That's really cool. So it's crazy how how your needs just completely changed.
Yeah.
So for everybody watching this video, Khang, where can people find you at?
Gotcha, man. Awesome. So you guys can find me on YouTube, Wholesale to Millions, right? Where I teach you guys how to turn your annual income to your monthly or even weekly through wholesaling houses. I did it, you know, So I personally think that anybody can do it. You got to put your mind to it and put in the work. You guys got to understand, you got to put in the work. You think this is a get rich quick? My channel, Devin channel, is probably not for you. All right. Or you can find me on Instagram. Go to Khang, KHANG dot, like a period, WTM. And I want to say one more thing, Devin. Most people, when they watch something like this, they get all pumped up. They got all like excited, all motivated, all inspired. But let me tell you something. Like that juice, that fire will eventually go away. Right? It will eventually go away. You have to be able to self-motivate you. You have to figure out what is your why. So why are you doing this? Why do you want to make that money? Why do you want to become financially free? Well, you know what? I want to make sure I can take care of my wife, my kids. I want one day my kids said, Dad, I want that. You'd be like, okay, I'll go buy it for you. Or, you know, or for the ladies out there, you know, I want to be able to travel, or I want to be able to support my family. I want to be like, what is it? Right? So because so many people get all pumped up, get all juiced up, and then the fire goes away. You got to keep that fire lit, and you got to keep it, you know, you got to keep that burning desire going, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, I always I like to tell people this as well, to add a little bit of value to it, is if you can't figure out if you're just like, I want to make money, and that's what it really breaks down to, you take like a 2-hour shower and that's all you can come up with, just come up with something fake then at that point that's just like life threatening for you to get results. Obviously it doesn't have to be serious, but try to come up with some sort of like life situation, like maybe use Khang's, for example, or maybe use someone else's story, or mine isn't all as exciting as some other people, but you can just pretend like you're in their shoes or something like that. Just come up with something, some sort of why, and maybe like just tell yourself it over and over and over again, and really dive into that negative feeling that you get when you think of why you want to do this, and you'll just do whatever it takes to figure out that situation. And I know there's a couple of you, I just want to make money. I want to have a cool car. I want to go to the club or whatever. I don't care what you want to do. You got to have some sort of external force on your life to get you out of your comfort zone. There's a lot of things I don't want to do every day. There's a lot of things Khang doesn't want to do every day. Now, as we start to make more money, you can have someone else do it for you. But there was a year and a half of like Khang writing letters. There's a year and a half of me having to make phone calls, and there's like, everybody has their like sort of story. But you got to have a reason. Like, there's going to be so many days you wake up and you're just like, I want to sleep in. I don't want to do this. This isn't for me. I want to give up. You got to come up with some sort of reason. Maybe even like I have 2 whiteboards. Write it on a whiteboard inside of your room. Write it on a notepad. Put it as your phone wallpaper. You can just set it on the background. Put it on your computer. What is your why? And that's going to get you to where you want to be.
I agree. And the thing is, Devin, I don't know how much more time you have, but I just want to add one more thing.
Yeah, I have all the time in the I have some stuff coming up, but
gotcha. So Devin, when you decided you don't want to do something, you got to think, do I want to be the 3% or am I going to do like the 97%? Sleeping in is the 97%. So if you say I want to be the 3%, well, the 3% don't sleep in, man. The 3% do what it takes. The 3% go and hustle and grind on a Saturday and Sunday. That's what the 3% do. So if you really say I want to be the 3% or I want to be successful, you just think, when you make a decision, is that what successful people do? When you accumulate some money, do successful people go and buy the stuff where they know that, hey, you know what, I can buy it, but instead of buying it, I need to invest it so I can get to the point where I can drop that money and don't worry about it. Because right now, man, I can just go and buy my wife that ring, no problem. But the point is, that's not how I operate. How I operate is that's more than my. So right now we can spend $25,000 a month after all the bills paid, $25,000 a month on whatever we want. And for me to go and drop that doesn't make sense to me. Like that financially doesn't make sense to me. Makes sense to some people, doesn't make sense to me, right? And then I wanted to say one more thing. Is most people go into a career or a business like they are seeking for something. They like, I got so much potential. I know I can be better. I know like I want to live this life. And they discover wholesaling, they discover Amazon drop, whatever that is. And let me tell you, this is what they go through. And I call it a honeymoon stage. Like when you're dating somebody, you get all excited, you get all lovey-dovey within the first couple months, you get all lovey-dovey. And then after the honeymoon stage go away, you start like, oh man, I don't know if I want to be with you. You know what I mean? So to me, success is the exact same thing. Most people get in, get excited, get pumped up, get amped up, and then when the fire goes away, because you know why? They don't make a commitment. You know what a commitment is, man? A commitment is no matter what it is. You know when you take that person's hand, you say, I'm committed. I'm going to make a commitment to be with you to death do us part. Most people don't understand. It means that you know you're going to go through ups. You know you're going to go through downs. You know you're going to have good days. You know you're going to have bad days. You know you're going to go through struggles and all that. You don't think it's rainbows and stars every day. You guys think my wife and I don't fight every day? Well, not every day now. We used to. We used to argue every day because of finance, because of money. We all know it. That's the number one, like divorce thing. But dude, there are times like we argue mostly now about family because her and my family don't get along. But I don't want you guys to think it's all rainbows and stars. But what it is once you made the commitment, you already set in your mind that you know that this path ain't going to be easy. You know there are going to be days where you're going to struggle. You know that you're going to wake up and you're going to be lost, confused, and all of that. But you have made a commitment to do what it takes and to push through and to continue going. And that's where the commitment is. And that's how you're going to be successful at this, man, or anything that you do. That's all I got, Devin. I gave it all I got, man.
And there you have it. I hope you all enjoyed this interview. If you haven't already, join the fam, join the game by hitting the subscribe button down below. Smash a like on this video for Khang. And I want to thank him so much for coming on this channel with me. I really enjoyed doing this interview with you. I learned a lot while filming this and making it all happen and creating this finished product for you guys. But his story is so inspirational, and I want all of you right now to go subscribe to his channel. I'll put the link down in the description down below. I want you to go subscribe to him, and if you haven't already, he provides a lot of value for a lot of you trying to get into real estate wholesaling. So if you're trying to make money in the business, biggest recommendation, go do that right now. And so on top of that, subscribe down below because we're going to be doing some more interviews just like this one in the near future. So I'm excited for some of the guests that we're going to be having on here. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. And like always, I'll see you all in the next video, which will probably be tomorrow. So, peace.